Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today is a Saturday and the weather is brilliant outside, and I thought I wanted to go out and also bring you along with me to have a little chat and also to answer some of the questions that I got from Little Red Book. So I'm not sure which platform you're watching this video right now, but my Red account recently got 100,000 followers, which is another milestone for me. So I just want to say, no matter where you're watching this video right now, from the bottom of my heart, I really want to say thank you. Without everyone's support, that I think I wouldn't have the motivation to keep making new videos and then publish that online. And today will be like a Q&A video, so I will bring you with me to go out, have a walk in the park, grab a coffee. So yeah, that's the plan. But before we go out, I need to pack my bag to bring some stuff with me. Because we're going to the park today, it's important to bring my water bottle. And I'm going to bring my tripod, wallet, tissue, and grocery bag, camera bag, and a bar of chocolate. So this is the bowling bag from Songmont. This is actually not the first Songmont bag that I got. I really like their brand. I like the quality of the bag. I like the leather. It's large enough to put everything that I need. It's also very versatile if you wanted to style something like leggings. You can also wear this. So yeah, I'm bringing this with me. And without further ado, let's go to the park. I got my coffee and I'm on my way to the park. The weather is really nice. So the first question, why would those PhD candidates would like to do tutoring job? To make money. Well, for me, it's actually because now I'm still figuring out what I wanted to do after I have this degree. I'm not sure if I wanted to stay in academia to be a lecturer or researcher, or if I want to go to the industry. So I just want to try out different things and see if I'm suitable to become a teacher. Well, so far I still enjoy it. The next question, how do you feel about doing a PhD and doing a master's, and how do you know that if you're suitable for doing a PhD? I would say that doing a master's is not too hard because it only takes like a year or 2 or 3, but usually for a master's degree, what you need to do is to have a bunch of classes and perhaps write a thesis, all these kind of things that you have someone to guide you, or you can just follow the structure and then complete the assignment and done. You can get your degree. But PhD, it takes longer and it's more individualized. Even though you have your supervisors to guide you, for the most of the time, you're the one that's doing the research and you're the one that knows the most of your research. So you are basically your own boss and to make plans for yourself. In terms of how do you know that if you're suitable to do a PhD, it usually depends on whether you have like a strong interest in a field and you eagerly want to seek out the answer. So you're gonna have the fire or the passion so that you will have the motivation or the persistence to keep doing what you do during the PhD process. Because usually a PhD is gonna take 3, 4 years or 5 years to graduate, so it's a long time. Within these few years, for some people, they already like change different jobs, they already have like a family or have babies and stuff, but then you're still in school and there will be lots of things that you need to deal with. So it's really hard in a sense. I guess that's the reason why you will also see a lot of people saying that we wouldn't encourage you to do a PhD because what's the point? But I mean, if you already make your decision, you really wanted to seek the knowledge and wanted to develop a kind of expertise in the field, do it. Another question for PhD life, whether it is possible to stay at the uni and teach. It is possible, but it's also super hard. It will be super competitive as well, and also depends on whether you're lucky enough. Let's talk about the difference between studying in Australia versus studying in China. There will be a huge difference, and I think I kind of touched on that before in the video that I made, comparing my experience of living in Beijing versus living in Melbourne. But then the biggest difference I would say is the environment or the kind of lifestyle will be different. So when you're studying abroad, everything is just become very independent, live a life by yourself, taking care of yourself as well. But then in China, I guess because you're still in your home country, so that whenever you want to seek some help, you can just turn to your friends or relatives. And then the environment is different. So I mean, like, look at this. I am staying in an outdoor place under the sun and talking to you. And then I have a lot of people like walking around me. But then people, they are not really staring at me. or thinking I'm weird. So it's more inclusive in a way that you can just be yourself in here. But then I guess for me, when I was in China, there are a certain kind of social expectation on you should behave in a certain kind of way if you're studying abroad, and you can just do whatever you want, which is a good thing, but it's also not really like a good thing because you need to deal with your own shit all the time. Okay, next one. Is it possible to find a job after you got your bachelor degree in Australia? And what's the restriction? So I think it's possible to find a job as long as you have the ability to handle that job. But I guess you also need to think about your visa if you are overseas students staying in here. And some jobs, the employers, they probably don't want to hire someone who doesn't have a working permission. But I think even though you can't get a working permission or a work visa during your degree, you can still find an internship so that in a way that you can still gain some work experience. The next question, how to make a change if you don't want to move or don't want to study every single day, and any tips for getting up early? I would say that it's very important to have a routine. In other words, to develop a habit. Most of the time, we probably don't have the motivations to do a lot of things, but as long as you have a routine, your body would automatically go to do that without thinking. For your routine, try to block some time to do your study, and if you don't want to study, maybe try to reflect on the things that you learn. Is that because you're not learning the things that you're super interested in? So that's the reason why you don't want to study? Study should be enjoyable. Study should be fun. It shouldn't be something that's like a torture. You gotta have a routine, and you gotta sleep early if you want to get up early.
So I'm just expressing my feeling.
So you're studying here?
Yeah, I'm a master's student.
Which
and I'm
uni?
looking for a PhD now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm actually doing a PhD.
In which major?
Media communication.
Media communication, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm an urban planner.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You know, in this video, because like it's Q&A, and then some people asking me like whether you know if you're suitable to do a PhD. Any comments?
Okay. Yeah. Everyone is suitable to continue PhD, I think. As long as, you want that, you really want that, you'll achieve it. I had some doubts before I started my master's, but yeah, here I am. I just graduated and I just had my master's degree. And I'm quite sure I'll do the same on my PhD.
Okay, so your name is?
Mohammed.
Okay, thank you, Mohammed, today.
Very glad to meet you. And nice talking to you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. See ya. Sometimes I really like vlogging because there are so many spontaneous things that happened, and you never know what kind of things will happen in the next second. Lots of surprise and lots of fun. Next question. What's the meaning of pursuing a new degree, and any thoughts on life values? Because a lot of people around her chose to lie flat, but she doesn't want it. This is a very good question. I guess I didn't think that much about like what's the reason why I pursuing a new degree. I just go with the flow. I see the opportunity and I want it, and I just grab that opportunity to do that. Usually like an intuition driven decision that I made. In terms of lying flat, I don't personally experience that, and I don't really see a lot of people around me chose to do that. But I can kind of understand why some people in China would like to do that, because one of my besties, she's working in Beijing right now. The other day she told me that she wanted to quit her job soon because she also is not really satisfied with the environment that she's working in. She's also not satisfied for the fact that people around her, they didn't really put much effort in working. They're not trying hard enough. So she's not happy with that environment, and she wanted to make a change, so that she decided to quit her job and perhaps try something new. I think that's like a good decision to make for her. When you already realize that you are in this kind of environment that you're not satisfied with, and also people around you, they're not inspiring enough, it's the time to make a change. So I guess once you change to a new environment, there'll be a lot more challenges, a lot more exciting things to do, then you wouldn't feel the same way. And I also wanted to say that, isn't it, life itself is about trying new things? If you're not trying, not experiencing different kind of things, what's the point of having a life, living in this world? Any tips for students majoring in English, and any tips for them to studying overseas? I'm surprised to see a lot of you majoring in English. Let me know in the comments or bullet comments if you are studying English currently, because I myself not majored in English, but I asked my friend who majored in English in her bachelor degree, and then after she graduated from our uni, she went to UCL to study TESOL, that is teaching English to speakers of other languages. The kind of advice she made was like, if you want to be a teacher or if you want to do a PhD, then you can go for it for a TESOL, or else she suggested that don't do education or literature because they are not really helpful when you try to look for a job. So that is her advice, and whether you want to take into consideration is really up to you. And I also got questions asking me if I would encourage people to study some pure arts degree like literature, philosophy, history and stuff. Personally, I don't know much about those pure arts degree because like for my major, media communication, it's humanity and also kind of like a social science. But for me, I like my major is mainly because I have interest in it. I also like the fact that it's practical, but it's also very critical as well. Coming back to the questions you asked, I would say that if you are super interested in this kind of major, go for it. But then if you don't have like a strong interest and you're not really sure like what kind of major to choose, just choose the one that is easier to find a job. In the meantime, I will also say that it doesn't matter what you learn in the school, and it doesn't really matter like what kind of degree that you got. It's more about whether you have the abilities, whether you have those practical skills that you can use in the workplace, because that's what the employers are looking for. Okay, because my battery is running out, so this is the last question. If I wanted to say something to myself 4 years ago, what I would like to say. 4 years ago, there will be 2018. Back then, I think I didn't really have a lot of followers on my video channels, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do after I graduated from my master's degree. There are also other things that I'm quite confused about. So what I would like to say to her is that everything is gonna be okay. It's okay that you are confused about life right now. Things will sort it out in the future in a surprising way. Just keep having this kind of optimistic perspectives towards life and then keep trying things. So that's all for today. I really enjoyed the weather today and the scenery of the park. This is one of my favorite parks in Melbourne. I actually got lots of questions, but then I can't answer them one by one, but I will hope that I have more opportunities to answer these questions. And I actually got a lot of questions asking me about English learning, so I will make a separate video specifically talking about that. Stay tuned. Hope you enjoyed today's video and hope you have a nice day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.